Hey guys, I saw a question posed on Facebook today by a couple different people, and they asked, "What is love? What is, love in a relationship? And how do you define a good relationship? What is your definition of a quality relationship?" And I thought about that, and I just made a post about, if somebody was in a relationship with me, what it would be like, um, my expectations of the relationship, which isn't much. I don't expect much. But that's because of my definition of a successful relationship. To me, a loving relationship, a successful relationship, isn't one of, the warm and fuzzies and the passionate love that you can't stand to be apart from each other. I mean, the warm and fuzzies are nice, and the passion, it should be there and all that, but that if it's so overwhelming that you can't be apart, there's something wrong. To me, there's something wrong. That's indicative of insecurities. That you're afraid to be apart from this person. That there's an insecurity in you that you're afraid to lose this person. To me, a healthy, strong relationship that will last forever, a very long time, is one that is almost identical to that of a best friend. Whether you can compare this to two guys, two women, a man and a woman that are just best friends, that don't have any romantic feelings for each other, but they're just best of friends. They can go 2, 3, 4 days without talking to each other, and they don't complain, they don't bicker, they don't bitch at each other saying, "Why haven't you called me? Why didn't you talk to me?" They just pick up the phone and pick up like they talked 2 minutes ago, and they laugh and they goof off, and they're just friends, the best of friends. They can talk about anything. They talk real. It's not, hey, let's blow smoke up each other's ass and pretend like everything's fine. No, they're brutally honest with each other. Hey, you're screwing up. Listen, you done screwed up. You need to fix this. This is unacceptable. You're better than this. You know? And they do it in private. They don't do it in public. They don't do it out for the whole world to see. They tell each other they screwed up in private, but in public, they defend each other. They stand up for each other. You know? And to me, that's what a good relationship is. A healthy, strong relationship, whether it's between a man and a woman, two men or two women. It doesn't really matter. That, to me, is a strong relationship. If you are best friends, don't tell me you love each other. Don't tell me that you're in love with each other. Tell me that you're best friends, and I'll say that you have a very strong, healthy relationship. Because how many of you, think about it, how many of you said, "Oh, I am so in love with this person," and then a month later, 2 months later, a couple years later, a decade later, you turn around and you're like, "Oh, I can't stand that person," because I'm one of them. I've done it. Hell, I watched a woman walk down the aisle to me. I married her. Do I still love her? Absolutely. Can we stand to be next to each other? No. She's a great woman, you know, but we can't stand to be next to each other. We love each other, but we're not best of friends. We're not, that relationship is not solid. But at one time we were. Okay? And my point being is this. If you're basing your relationship on the warm and fuzzies, or you're basing your relationship on control, well, you can't talk to this person, you're mine. Or you can't talk to that person, you're mine. That's not healthy. Jealousy is not healthy. Yeah, being like, showing a little bit of that, hey, whoa, no, you're mine, in playfulness shows that you care. That's healthy. That's good. But when you get to the point of possessiveness, no. When you start saying you can't talk to somebody, that's not healthy. But playfully saying, "Hey, no, you're mine. No, you're not going anywhere. Sorry about your luck. You can't leave me. You'll never find anybody else out there. You can't leave me." And you prove it. by being the best, most loving, generous, kind, compassionate, giving person that this person that you're with has ever been with, what are they going to do? Yeah, you might, run into somebody that's an absolute idiot that you scare away because they're not used to being treated good, but that's not your problem, that's theirs. They're the fool for leaving you. I mean, I had a family member, wasn't me, but I had a family member that woke up every morning, made his wife breakfast, drew his wife her bath before she got up for work, did everything to get her ready for work. I mean, made her life like heaven on earth. Had come home early from work before her, had a bath waiting for her when she got home, had dinner cooked for when she got home, rubbed her back, rubbed her feet, had this, it was heaven on earth for her. She ended up leaving him saying that he treated her too good and she just couldn't tolerate it anymore. And she ended up with a man that beat her. And she couldn't understand why he beat her. You had a good thing and you ran from it. That wasn't his fault. You know? If you're good to somebody and they don't accept it, that's not yours. It's not your fault. Don't change. You're just with the wrong person. But my point is, and I'm getting a little off track here, but my point is this. Be the best person that you can be. Be the person's best friend. Don't count on the warm and fuzzies. Don't count on the passions and the standard stuff that people put their faith in, because that's not where it's at. Best friends are best friends for 20, 30, 40 years, lifetimes. I mean, and people love each other for a week and then all of a sudden they hate each other. So putting your faith in what we call love doesn't work because we really don't know what love is. Because in my opinion, love is, in reality, what we call being a best friend. So put your faith in that. Okay? That's all I got to say.